fake. Late nights under city lights, laughter echoes through the air. Real talking, verbal fights, homie bond beyond compare. For the homies we ride, together side by side. Podcast loud and clear, every episode's a vibe. Memories and tales of old, legends grow, the stories unfold. Hard times turn to gold, in this world we hold our own. For the homies we ride, together side by side. Podcast loud and clear, every episode's a vibe. Voices join in harmonies, echoes of our histories. Homies keeping it real true, every week something new.
What's going on?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode for the Homies Podcast. Why am I? Oh, sorry about that. I had the streams on. Crease's having issues. Hey, so let's restart this. Sorry, I had other music playing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode for the Homies Podcast. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. Crease, how's it going, brother?
Well, technical issues like literally 2 seconds before the show starts, but I'm back and that's all that matters. And before we introduce our special guests, it is Thursday night and you could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. Ebola, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Ready for the show,
Thanks, Ebola.
Thanks, Ebola.
Before I introduce our guest, I want to once again thank the Cricker Drinker for coming on last Friday. We are 9 away from 200 subscribers, and we are grateful for that show. And welcome back. His second appearance on For the Homies Podcast, Sloan Tempest. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back on this podcast.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So Ebola, check our comment section.
We got David the Goliath.
That's a follow.
And,
Hey, David.
Okay, I figured. And we have this person that's on the stream. That's
Thanks,
it.
Ebola.
Hey, that's all we got right now. So
Yeah, everybody. Jake,
that's all good.
Jake said he might make an appearance now. He's home, but he's got jet lag out of his ass. So he might show up. He might not. So
it's 50-50.
So let's get this show started with a little internet news. So, Crease, what's our first story for tonight?
Well, we got some good internet news. Ebola, I sent you the link in the chat. So Rippaverse news. Yes, Rippaverse news. Like Rippa has about to do another anthology series, and he got a couple of new writers with him. And so, if you're into indie comic books, this is what it's going to be like. So yeah, that's we got more Rippaverse stuff coming out, so that's good.
And lo and behold, one of the guest writers was just on our podcast. Two recent guests, Cricker Drinker and drunk 3PO.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah.
So there's Critical Drinker, Mauler, as Drunk 3PO, Eric, and the Saska sisters.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like Ripa is like on his is on the grind right now, man. This dude is like killing it. Like I just saw a recent post with Zachary Levi, and he says like him and Ripa are gonna probably do some stuff together. And I'm like, oh boy. Oh man. Them haters, man, them haters is gonna start hating even more, dog. I'm keep on winning, brother.
Well-
That's all I gotta say is keep on winning.
I mean, Jeremy gave Ripa probably the greatest nicknames of all time. Ripa is the Black Stanley. Straight up, he's the Black Stanley. He'll never outlive that. He'll never will outlive that. So
Yeah. So like overall, like whose work are you kind of excited to see? Because I'm kind of interested in what Az is gonna do and Mahler is gonna do, or whatever. Because like they're like some of the biggest critics like when it comes to entertainment. So I'm kind of interested on what they're gonna do or whatever.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see. Was it Saints and Sinners? Is the book Jay's working on? And oh yeah, this is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be phenomenal. Shout out to Corn Boy, which Corn Boy will be our special guest next Thursday night.
Awesome.
Yep.
Shout out to Corn Boy.
Yeah. So Tim, have you been following the Rippaverse, or is there any like indie comic books that you know that some people will probably be more interested into, or anything like that?
Well, I will admit I am a little behind on the Rippaverse content. I need to start picking up some of the books. But two characters that really got me interested is Bloodruth and what's her name?
Yara.
Furiosa. No, the other one, the redhead one with the guns.
Oh, yeah, the one that's like basically like the Black Widow of the Riververse. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name on the top of my head, but yeah, like I need to pick that one up too. Like that one's interesting. However, like I gotta like when I see Eric, I'm going to like usually I go to his booth and like I just buy them all at once.
That is Bloodroof. Cornboy just says Bloodroof.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you that Ripa is like killing it, and he's literally building his universe, and I Black Stan Lee. That's all I gotta say, man.
Will it be big? Will it be bigger than Marvel and DC? I don't think so. I don't think so, or whatever. Like on resale value, but like just like as a new universe, it's like the biggest one, I believe. Like it is the biggest one that I've seen like in indie right now, or whatever. Like where I'm just like, yo, you got like people that are from the big two that are asking to come work with you. Like you're like they're asking you like, hey man, can I get on your team, bro? Like where can I put the application at? Like you ain't seen that for a lot of indie book comic books like that, or whatever. So you know, I think that's pretty cool, or whatever.
Oh, another indie comic I feel like is interesting, is kind of following the radar, is Wesley Snipes' co-written series, The Exile.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that series?
I've heard of it. It's a recent thing. I've heard a few things about it. There's a lot of people that are excited for it.
Oh yeah, I got the first volume. It's awesome. Like think Blade Runner if Blade was the protagonist.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
The art's amazing. The story's interesting. It's got it. The indie space is where it's definitely at.
Yeah, it's getting there, man. Like, cause the thing is, it's just with Marvel and DC, and I know Tim knows what I'm talking about. Is like, you know, you can still get into comic books, but like you just like I remember when you have like a video where like you were breaking down on what comic books to get into depending on what era that you're looking at or whatever. And I don't know if I remember that one correctly or whatever, but you can still get into comic books. It's just that a lot of people are a little too lazy to do it or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, it's like I feel like DC between the big two, DC's the absolute worst at it. Marvel is the one who's made it the easiest. Not only like in their like paperbacks, they literally have, hey, start here and end here, and the Marvel Unlimited act does it great as well. But it's like I feel like a lot of people still may be intimidated by like the sheer volume of it, which I feel like it's. I feel like they shouldn't be intimidated by that. But like Marvel, it's like it's so hit or miss nowadays, where it's like they're no longer reliable.
Yeah.
Like how Eddie, they took away.
But can you?
Oh, what were you saying?
But can you understand like how some people just don't want to do the research anymore because they got like burnt out by both of the companies? Like, you know, that I think that's like the only thing that I might like me and you might not agree on or anything, but that's how I kind of feel. Is like, you know, you have some people that feel like they got burnt on their comic book runs because some of them were just not that good or whatever, and they just wanted to like just get into anime and manga a little bit better, or they just check out of it in total or whatever. I don't know how you feel about that part or whatever.
Oh no, I understand completely. I understand because when it comes to, I will say when it comes to manga, they are depending on what series you're reading. One thing they do guarantee is it's consistent for better or for worse. So if it's a generic behind story, it's going to be generic. If it's a good story, it's most likely they're not going to stay good. So I feel like when it comes to people like Marvel and DC, like I want to get into comic books, but not Marvel DC. I don't blame them. I honestly don't. Even with that launch of the Absolute and Ultimate Universe, it's like I don't blame you. So that's why I usually redirect people when I talk about new comic books. It's either Image, something from Image, Dark Horse, or Boom Studios. Because Boom Studios is doing great. Like Grimm.
Those are the ones that did the Power Ranger ones, right? Yeah, they did the Power Ranger. That's I heard about Boom Studios.
Well, they also did the Godzilla Power Ranger crossover, the 2 series, and they did Shattered Grid, which was a phenomenal series. I think the rise of indie comics is afoot right now, and I think the head of the table of that is Ripa. I mean, how many multiple $1 million campaigns has Ripa had in the last like 2 years?
I lost count, bro. I lost count, bro.
At least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3, and that's rare nowadays, man. Like 3 plus or like 5 plus or whatever. Because like even after the campaign is done, you still add money toward. You still got people that are still buying the stuff. So yeah, the dude's a multi-millionaire, but he's still humble. Or so you know, I think Eric understands what people want. And that's just the thing. I believe that where Marvel and DC went wrong is they stopped listening to what people want and just wanted to do what they wanted to do. And sometimes you can't always do that all the time or whatever.
I agree completely. Because like especially like with the rise of, I feel like the catalyst for it, like along with him like in the comic space, but also the redirection from Marvel and DC, it kind of set off when they started adapting stuff like Invincible. Because like right now you got Battle Beast comic, it's doing amazing too, and all that. Like more people now like Invincible, which is from an Image. Marvel, it's like it's right now there are competitors for Marvel and DC, and Marvel and DC have basically, like I said, stopped listening to the fans so much that even in the MCU, because Marvel, the comic book company, is already in shambles, and the movie cinematic universe is even more shambles kind of thing. You know that no matter how many people want to be progressive, this progressive that, it's like okay, but just look at the competitors like manga. It's like it doesn't matter how progressive you are, people want good stories. And even they want, like, for example, there'll be stuff like the new champions. There was gonna be a new champion. Remember that one back in like 2018 or something? But it was so cringily progressive that even progressive people were like, Marvel, what the heck is this? It's like you done something wrong if the fans like that are like, no. not even I would like this, and I
We
like
don't
a
like
lot of
this.
stuff.
Was that blue? Was that pink and blue hero thing?
Yeah, that one, right?
And, Snowflake.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I think it was a few years ago. They made a Filipino character, and they unknowingly named it a potty mouth word in Filipino.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that
They
part.
didn't know. I only found out because every Filipino on Twitter is making fun. It's like this is basically our version of poop. It's
yeah.
like you couldn't even bother to check to make sure you got the name and the right name in Tagalog.
They don't care, bro. They
I
just
know.
don't care. Okay, they don't
But
care. Like I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
like you're wasting your time.
I mean, come on. I mean, like here lately in comic books, I haven't picked up a comic book since maybe I don't know 2015, 2016. It was the for DC, and it's like that's when they start inserting the message into the comic books, and it's just ridiculous,
yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
now, like I think like with the absolute, because case in point of how bad they're doing, Marvel and DC had to basically the Marvel had to relaunch the Ultimate Universe, and DC had to launch their own Ultimate Universe. And now people's like, okay, this is good. Even with Marvel, it's still from what I hear, it's still like it's alright. Like Ultimates is pretty good. People are loving the Spider-Man run, but as for X, I don't really hear many people talking about the new Ultimate X-Men. I hear from there, all I hear is like, okay, this feels more like a. I think because I think they rectified this problem though, because like in the first volume, people were like, okay, you didn't even mention mutant. First off, this feels more like a slice of life manga with a girl dealing with trauma or whatever. And then people's like, okay, okay.
hmm
And then I think the next volume now they're introducing the Shadow King's avatar in this universe and all that. But like the
mm.
mutant title that's now action making people talk is Ultimate Wolverine. But like I said, Marvel Ultimate Universe, it's pretty good. I keep the case in point. I keep forgetting to pick up the because they released the Ultimates volume, but paperback. I'm like, oh shoot, I do need to get that. Oh shoot, X-Men did that one too. The one I'm reading is DC's Absolute Universe. That one is back to back banger. There's no, I don't really care for this series. All of them are equally good. I mean, no, I didn't take that back. Wonder Woman is the best series in that Absolute Universe. Straight up.
Mm.
Like if you like Berserk, if you like dark fantasy stuff, you're gonna love that.
Well, I have my opinions on the absolute Batman and stuff like that. It's like that's not Batman for me. I'm sorry. I don't I've looked at the comic book. I've had a chance to look at it. I'm like I don't like the absolute stuff. I don't like them switching up Batman, making him like an everyday guy. It reminds me of the line from Blue Beetle. Oh, Batman's a fascist. He's a rich fascist, and now they made him literally a poor man in a bat suit. And I just don't like how they did Batman. The Superman, eh, Wonder Woman. I haven't really looked into, but it's like I'm a Batman fan. I love Batman. Batman's my number one hero, and seeing that stuff from that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is the direction they're taking Batman now. Are you kidding me?
I feel like there's a reason why I feel like it's not been into the knee of the whole concept of Batman's effects kind of thing. It's like reading the DC All In special, especially from like the reason why I did like because in the DC All In special, Darkseid made the universe in a specific way. He didn't take out the heroes. He basically just felt like in so many words, the way I interpret it as he was almost, I guess, the mouth of like certain fans, maybe saying like, okay, you have these heroes, but the kind of like, for the lack of a better phrase, coddled kind of thing. Because that's what he said. It's like, and he went down the list. It's like, symbols of hope don't live in this, that, and the other. They have to be thrown into the abyss of darkness. So they have to shine the brightest. Basically, like with Superman being the symbol of hope. It's like, okay, the guy who's out in some farm, be living a peaceful life, now is gonna go around the world. It's like, okay, basically, it's like if he go, basically from what I've seen, it's like what Darkseid's basically saying is like if he's gonna be the symbol of hope, have him be gone through it. Have him go through the trenches and see how he turns out. Let's see if he's really your symbol of hope kind of thing. And even like Batman. It's like, oh, true heroes don't always have every advantage in the book. They don't always have resources. If they're really heroes from the bottom, they will still be who they are, kind of thing, and so forth and so on. I think that's the purpose. The purpose is to like, oh, they're heroes. Throw them in the worst situation possible and watch them burn just as bright, if not brighter, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I understand. Okay. I understand that, but it breaks so much the lore of Batman. It's like, you know, they've been trying to change Batman for the last maybe 15 years, and they've been changing it. And I think probably the best change they did when they did the Batman Who Laughs, which was a phenomenal. The Dark Universe was a phenomenal series. It was a phenomenal arc, and it led into the where the anti-life equation just starts like ravishing Earth was really good. But when it comes to this, Batman, it just doesn't sit well with me that they completely changed the lore of Batman. You know, I mean, Batman's what, almost 80 years, give or take. It might be more than that now. And they're now wanting to make it okay. He's just an everyday guy that has no money, but he's a construction worker. That don't sit well with me. It just doesn't. It's like us like talking about how they changed the lore on everything else, and then they're doing this with specific characters once again, and it just doesn't sit well with me.
Watch. I mean, I guess it's like, to be fair, it's sort of like how some people think Spider-Man can never have like a happy ending or whatever. Like he always has to be like yeah. I guess they're trying to make it to where like written.
That's how he's always been. Peter Parker is the great power comes with great responsibility. That's Spider-Man right there. It's like
I know with one Spider-Man like issue, like where he has like the silver and black suit in the future or whatever, like that's where he's like the rich and powerful, and like, but he's also a jerk to everybody though.
Yeah,
it's alternate. I know, but he's like he's a jerk to everybody though. Like that's why he can't lead like the other Spider-Man or whatever. So like when it comes to Spider-Wars, like because he failed or whatever, because he only cares about himself. So oh man. But I think that's pretty good. Anything else on this subject about indie comic books, Rippleverse, or anything? I think we had a good conversation right here. I think that was awesome. However,
we definitely need to get Jay back on to talk about this.
Yeah,
for sure. Jay, Drinker, others, like we might get to reach out to everybody else, man. Like I got to do all my networking again. Like I'm in the trenches of trying to get all these people on here. Anyway, Ebola, is there anybody in the comment section now before we start trailer trash?
We got Cornboy, we got Wayfair, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Not a problem.
So are we doing Ironheart or Superman first?
Do Ironheart first. Let's get the crappy one out of. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should be. If we get hit for it, I can remove it. So just go ahead and play the audio. It don't matter.
Okay. Play it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a Superman. We can't have the audio.
Okay.
Hey, whose television is in the back?
Oh, that was mine. My bad. Let me mute it.
No.
I thought that was you, Chris.
Hello?
No, I'm professional.
Sure.
Oh gosh.
For real?
This is gonna be retarded.
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate, die in less.
No offense to the actress, but her acting is not that good. I'm sorry, dog.
Good luck.
Screw this.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you went her out.
Oh God.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Of course, they always got to add hip hop when it's a black superhero.
You
Yep.
are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you
Oh,
don't work at one of
gosh.
those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
Important.
iconic.
It's a brand new
Iconic.
Tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life,
They literally made it a
Have to do
TV
some
show
questionable
based on a
things to
comic
get it
book
done.
character that failed in the comic books. Bravo.
what will you do, Riri?
And guess what? Mephisto is gonna be in this.
A hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
Oh yeah, we're getting
Mephisto's gonna be in here.
in this shit,
You know
Ebola.
nothing
Just
about
end
this
it.
man.
Just end it.
Please stop.
Tired of it.
You're
Yeah,
gonna end
stop.
up dead or in jail.
Oh God.
So much bigger than that.
It's so.
Ebola.
That's what she
Stop
said.
it.
That's what she said.
Is Ebola even here?
There we go.
This is horrible. This is horrible.
This is wild.
This is.
A shady bunker.
My bunker's not.
Yeah.
Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
They literally.
It's literally above a crate. of
Her
silver
comic
and
book
pistol.
failed.
I'm returning those.
Why it failed? Because nobody bought the comic book because it was retarded.
It was made by
This
Brian
is-
Michael Bendis.
Yes.
This is so bad.
The one thing
Yeah,
I
this is
find
pretty
so
bad.
crazy.
That
when
icon-
oh, what are you saying?
I was gonna say that iconic quote reminded me of that trailer of Batwoman where she said it will be perfection when it fits a woman. It had the
I remember
same. It has the same kind of type part of the trailer. It just reminded me
Okay.
of that.
that.
Okay, so we got a question from the chat. So question for Sloan. Which character do you prefer, Miles or Ironheart?
Yeah, Miles, because at least there's alternate versions of him out there that are interesting, like Prowler Miles.
Yeah, at least
Spider
Miles. At least, I guess you could say his comic book was successful.
Out of spite,
Yeah.
even for a certain time. Because go onto the sales for 2024 last year, he didn't even make top 50.
Yeah, I mean, in his history, he's probably had at least one comic book successful.
Yeah, just
Where
I think his
Riri-
first run was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, or hers. No, I can't say it would be.
what I find so
I
frustrating
mean,
about
like-
this is that I can tell by like not only if you look at like the context of the MCU and the fact that Armor Wars was supposed to come out after this or something, this was supposed to be the setup for Armor Wars. Because if you think about it, Armor Wars, the comic book story arc, was basically about Tony Stark's tech and suits being stolen from him. This would have been the perfect time to do it because not only is he dead in the MCU, but the blip happened. That would have left his company very vulnerable. And you got what's his name? Justin Hammer. You got Russian in the universe. You got there's like
The
Titanium Man,
lightning bolt lightning guy.
Living Lightning, yeah.
Yeah,
Like all those people, it's like so I could tell by because the whole tech versus magic thing. I'm like that doesn't make any sense for a chick who's barely even scraping the surface of what science can truly do, kind of thing. So when I saw that, I'm like, I have a feeling this was supposed to set up Armor War because it would have made sense. She would have been a participant in the Armor War. She's building her own suit, and if some kid from MIT is doing it, they would have been Russians would have been doing it with Crimson Dynamo. Whatever company made Titanium Man would have been doing it with Titanium Man and so forth and so on. But this ain't it. And along with that, it's like, okay, why'd you have to Why'd you have to make the gangster, the feared crime lord, Latino? And to make matters worse, he didn't have tattoos in the comic books, but now they have to give him sleeve tattoos in the show.
Well, I think his character is Mephisto. I think he's going to be Mephisto.
No,
yeah, Mephisto's supposed to be in the.
I've seen the leaks.
Yeah,
Mephisto.
after
King Julian.
wasn't Mephisto supposed to be in WandaVision?
Yeah, but they
Supposed
changed it
to be.
to Agnes. But the problem is, Mephisto is not an Iron Man villain. He's a Ghost Rider villain. You putzes. Stop.
Ghost
stop
Rider,
putting.
Doctor Strange, etc.
Yeah.
Don't put Mephisto in a tech-based superhero movie when he's clearly Marvel's Satan. He is the devil himself. You fool.
Is he the ruler of the dark dimension?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's
wait, wrong person. But
no, actually, Bob is onto something because I looked on the MCU wiki a while ago. MCU being trash world building, they have combined the dark dimension, and hell, and said that it's all one place. And I'm just like, wait a minute.
Okay.
And they said, oh yeah, the Ghost Rider's from there. I'm like, the Ghost Rider and the Dark Force. Oh, and they bonded the Dark Force dimension to it as well. So basically, Cloak, Robbie Reyes, and the Hood all get their powers from the same place, which isn't how it works.
No.
Interesting.
Guys,
choice.
I gotta let you know something. We got a Jeff sighting in chat.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah. When I saw this yesterday, like I was saying, like, yeah, Kevin wants to like get rid of this so quick. Like he put it on the same day as the Superman trailer. He said like, oh yeah, that Ironheart, put it out. And also it has been confirmed. It's been confirmed that because Disney loves Black characters so much and they love Black women, you get the first 3 episodes on the first day, and then the other 3 episodes like weekly after that. So that's how much they want to.
Are they going to do
the show
just 3? Are they going to do 3 episodes apiece?
Bro, that's
no,
terrible.
it's gonna be 3 episodes. It's gonna be 3 episodes on the first night, and then the rest is gonna be weekly. The last 3 episodes are gonna be weekly.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's a bad idea.
I mean, they did it. They did the 3 episodes. I was wondering if they were going to do the Andor thing because they did 3 episodes a week.
Yeah.
Mephisto,
I'm hearing
like,
somebody
Mephisto should be
tell
in Doctor Strange.
that television is loud. No, it's all good.
Mephisto should have showed up in the second Doctor Strange movie, or at
Yeah.
least do a Ghost Rider movie and put Mephisto in there.
Yeah.
That's one thing that hurt me, because when it comes to Multiverse of Madness, they could have introduced Robbie there, because in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the last thing we saw him doing was taking the Darkhold back to the Dark Dimension where it belonged. So then I'm like, okay, he's traveling the multiverse with the Darkhold, but the Darkhold is now out of his hands. So my thing is like, okay, have him go on the scavenger hunt looking for the Darkhold. But no, it's like, oh no, we can't have Robbie Reyes in there. And I'm like,
well, so to be fair, Robbie Reyes was only supposed to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And when it comes to the movies, if they bring him back, that'll be something. But
doubtful.
They just need to bring Johnny Blaze back and make it Nicolas Cage.
Okay. Out of curiosity, if they were to recast Johnny Blaze, who would you have as him? That wasn't Nicolas Cage.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with Norman Reedus.
Yeah, I would.
Speaking of Norman Reedus, actually, Robbie Reyes was going to get a Hulu TV series as Ghost Rider, and I think
I did
Norman
remember
Reedus
hearing
was
that.
Yeah, but it was canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Norman Reedus.
It's the reason why it was canceled. They were going to do it like so. the episodes that he was on Agents of Shields were like sort of a backdoor pilot for that. And the thing is, the people did not like those episodes with Ghost Rider. They
I
just
thought
didn't
they
like
were
it.
good.
I liked them. They were okay, but a lot of people just did not like. It's like they had Johnny Blaze for like 30 seconds. And it's like, why would you want to bring Robbie Reyes on here? But it worked.
I mean,
Yeah.
people didn't like the Captain Marvel yet, and still they keep making stuff with her. So that's one thing I don't like. It's like, oh well, people didn't like it. You don't care.
They
Marvel's
don't listen to the audience.
Like, it's like, so why didn't you listen with Robbie Reyes? I mean, but if you look at the track record, how they handle Latinos, it ain't good. They got, what's his name? The new Falcon is the sidekick, Latino. Then there's Ant-Man's buddy, ex-con. And then you look at America Chavez. In the comic book, she's just a human exposed to exotic energy. Now she's not even a human anymore. She's an alien that just so happens to speak Spanish and look like a Latina. So they took away her being Latina.
I forgot that part.
I forgot about that part. Now that you mentioned it, like that, that's pretty racist.
I completely forgot she was an alien.
But yeah,
Oh,
Disney.
and we can't forget about Namor. Namor.
Do not get me started on. No, don't get me started on that
Any
dumb
other
crap.
positive representation they have of Latinos is a swap. Like Moon Knight. I love the Moon Knight show. But again, they swapped a Latino person when it was a white guy. Even Werewolf by Midnight, there's a guy.
Isn't
guy,
in the comics? Isn't he Egyptian?
No,
he's white.
Who?
He's just part of the.
No, he's Ebola. He's a white guy that's a former mercenary.
Okay.
So yeah.
What I find crazy is with a Werewolf by Midnight. There was a Latino Werewolf by Midnight, but they chose the white one to switch. And I'm just like, he was literally right there. You don't care about, like you said, they skipped over 2 male Captain Marvels to make Carol the Captain Marvel of the universe. Like, okay, so just take the Latino one and put it where whatever the white one is going to do in this movie, put the Latino one doing that. But
well,
no,
I mean, Sloan, don't forget in Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, they made into a woman. An old rich white woman.
Yeah.
Oh, what pisses me off about that is like I know they're gonna try to find a way to it because they have Wicked, so Hulkling is bound to be there. And my thing is like, how you gonna do Hulkling now? You screwed yourselves over so early. Marvel was supposed to be a dude, and his son is Hulkling, and his Hulkling's mother was the Skrull princess, not head of the Skrull refugees. That's another thing. I'm like, the Skrulls were an empire. How are we gonna
Here,
do this?
they're gonna gender swap them.
Dude, at this point, like they're just throwing it. They're just throwing the slop on the wall and just seeing if it can stick, man. The MCU, the Disney company, which we'll be talking about after the Superman trailer, which we're about to talk about next. It's just a bunch of dum-dums, and they don't know what they're doing anymore. They just lost the vision. They lost the vision, and like, yeah, they just lost the vision.
All right, Ebola. So when we play this, no audio, but we're going to have to stop it and start it. So
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
you
no
got
audio.
one job, Ebola. You got one job now.
I was pulling it up. Be patient. Patience is a virtue.
Oh damn, Ebola. Oh damn.
Why did we hire you in the first place?
Right here. Stop this part right there.
Okay, so I do like this part because we already so it's established that they're already in a relationship, so they could be dating at this point. And a lot of people are giving this hell because how she's questioning Superman. We had this discussion last night in the GCA Discord. Shout out to Hayden.
Yeah.
I made a good point. Lois was doing what a reporter was going to do. She was going to ask him the tough questions. And he knew that she was going to do that to him. Straight up.
Yeah.
She knew that was what was going to happen.
And also, what I loved about this part right here is like, whereas you have Batman and his duality, with him being Bruce Wayne and Batman, you have Clark turning into Superman. In this part where like he just like changes his voice up a little bit. How's it going, Miss Lane? I'm like, I love that part. I thought that was awesome. I think that was solid. I think that's cool or whatever.
Okay, so Wayfair, we can't play the audio. We can't play the
Yeah,
audio.
we might.
Yeah.
We might get hit.
Yeah.
Or there's a
Might?
strong chance.
We will
there's a
get
strong-
hit.
There's a strong chance
We
we're
will
gonna
get
get
hit.
hit more than not. So we don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
And also,
For the
I wish
biscuit.
people, I wish people would stop giving him and this T-shirt hell. Have you ever seen Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve when he
Yeah,
loses
I
his
got the
powers?
images on that. I got the images. Like
Yeah,
they're
pull that
in
up,
they're
Ebola.
in
The Christopher Reeve with
In a T-shirt that's all like bunched up and shit. They've already done this once before, and people are mad about it. It's like, well, he's done this before. Go back and watch Superman 2. After he gives up his powers to be with Lois, literally, he's wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. I got the images in like our Discord chat, Ebola.
We'll pull that up
like
in a
of
minute.
some
We'll
of the
pull that up in a minute.
Yeah.
We'll pull that up in a minute.
Yeah, watch
All right,
it.
go ahead.
Let's go through this. Yeah.
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 Okay, so also, I'm gonna let you guys know something. So a lot of people are giving hell to the guy that's playing Lex Luthor, right?
Nicholas Hoult is
thing
amazing.
Yeah, the thing is, go back and watch Smallville. His performance reminds me of the guy that was on Smallville.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
almost like beat for beat, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go, like, my thing is this: if you go watch Nicholas's Hoult movie, The Menu, you'll see why they picked him as Lex Luthor, because he acts just like Lex. However, so like that's a good movie that you guys could go watch. However, it's not really that long. I think it's about like an hour and 30 something minutes. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult is a good pick for Lex Luthor. When I found out that he was going to be Lex, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he would be good for it. Like, he's good for it. However.
Well, I mean,
So-
he was good as Beast in the First Class series, and he was good in Fury Road as one of the drivers of the vehicles. He's a phenomenal actor. I mean, he's a great actor. And seeing him in this role,
he's not Jesse Eisenberg. Like,
thank God they switched that crap up. I'm looking at you, Beardo. I'm looking at you, Beardo.
I will scorn Zack Snyder for casting Jesse Eisenberg as Lex. That made no sense.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, Ebola, go ahead. Okay. The only thing that I did not like about this trailer is like the selfie thing. Like, I'm like, of course. Like, of course we gotta get social media.
But the thing is, though, Chris, it's our day and age. You would think somebody would do that. Somebody would do that.
Yeah.
It's
no, I'm being fair with it. I'm being fair with it. However, like, I personally don't like it. I don't see why it has to be in the trailer, but I get it too. At the same time, you have to keep up with the times or whatever. It's like no different than like people are getting mad at Spider-Man for like being posting stuff on social media or whatever. I mean, you can't beat the new. It's not like it's back in the day with the whole entire newspaper trope. Whoever, you can't keep it the same. Whoever, like, they have to be in modern times or whatever. So
Now that is a good use of making it for a modern audience with YouTube, with the selfies, with the phone and stuff. That's how they should do it. Not with the message, not making it for like that, but having like the girl like, oh look, Superman's behind me fighting a monster. I'm gonna take this picture even though I'm about to die. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Stupid females do that shit all the time. For Christ's sake, they do
Yeah,
stupid shit.
yeah. And can we have a moment of silence of like this phenomenal thing of Metamorpho?
I'm so glad they included Metamorpho.
That shit's
Yeah,
good. So if you notice that scene like a few minutes beforehand, I guess this is the facility that they take Superman to, and they use Metamorpho to change his hand is kryptonite because his hand's glowing because he can change it to any element on the periodic scale. So he's his hand is
yeah.
kryptonite. It's glowing. All right, Ebola, hit it. Ebola. Maybe we want to see Superman like vulnerable for once. We want to see Superman bleed.
I mean, it is possible, but I feel like considering this is the golden standard of power in fiction kind of thing. It's like whenever it's a powerful character, it's like, okay, but can Superman? He before there was Goku, there was Superman kind of thing. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's there should be a balance. Like already they're trying to say, oh he's superhuman, and let's get for a second.
Well, until he comes back. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the thing. That's just the thing with Superman. He is literally the MacGuffin. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like it's good to see him bleeding. It's good to see him
Yeah.
vulnerable. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing Superman all powerful and haven't seen him. They literally Yamcha him in the first teaser, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with seeing Superman getting beat up and stuff because we know at the end of the day he's going to come back. He's going to kick
Superman.
somebody's ass.
Yeah. But on that note and everything, this is where I get kind of like irritated on our side a little bit. I'm gonna speak to our side a little bit because y'all like I'm fair or whatever because y'all like the same thing. We hold people on like saying that the woke. Now let's talk about you guys and your horrendous comic book takes. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all and
Look at
everything.
you, Beardo. Looking at you, Beardo.
It's like. Shout out to Beardo. I want him to come on the show because he has to like defend himself or everything. But yeah, shout out to Beardo. But anyway, I was gonna say this. Like, listen, we can't keep on saying that, hey, so I can't relate with Superman. I think Superman is too powerful. Like, oh, he's cheesy. He's doing this and he's doing that and he's doing that and doing that and he's too powerful and all of that. And then the moment they say like, okay, we're listening to you guys. Okay, he's getting Yamcha'd a little bit. He's getting roughed up a little bit. He's losing his powers. He's still trying to fight the good fight to be relatable with people. And you're saying like, well, I want the strong Superman that's truth, justice in the American way. And like, he's overpowered and like, no one can stop him. I'm like, no. You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. No. I have to fight back a little bit on that one. Like that doesn't make any sense. You're being unreasonable after that point. Like I don't understand. I don't know if you agree with that, Tempest, Temp, or like Ebola, or any of you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about that part. I think it's just kind of stupid.
I agree. I feel like what happens is they just what's going on is Superman has been misrepresented for a very long time in media, and that's why people started saying the whole, oh, he's too powerful, this, that, and the other. So they said, listening to the people who don't know jack about it from the comic books, they said, okay, let's have him be hurt by bullets, and then the people who know who he's supposed to function didn't come up and be like, okay, but he's supposed to be powerful. I feel like people. Like, I feel like there is sometimes they're the same person, but a lot of the time they're two separate people. Like, for example, my Adventures of Superman. I remember he got a black eye from a robot, not a robot armed with kryptonite or nth metal or any material that can actually hurt him. I'm talking about normal old metal. And I'm just like, that's not the way to go, kind of thing. You listen to the people who don't read his books and said, make him weak.
Well, I mean, if you look at Superman's history, there's only a few characters that have made him bleed. Darkseid, Doomsday, Batman, right? They're like the most obscure characters that's actually made Superman hurt Superman to the point where he's either, well, Doomsday killed him, Darkseid nearly killed him, and Batman literally made him bleed.
Made him. Yeah.
And
in Frank Miller's universe,
yeah,
each time in the main canon,
yeah,
it's like I will, because one thing I do appreciate, I feel like they need to acknowledge, is the fact that he holds back. Because like I remember there was a whole panel that even said it. It's like he's like I let Batman win whenever we fight because it means a lot to him, kind of thing. But like I remember when I think it was during Dark Knight's Metal, where he had to face off the whole Justice League and Justice Buster. He was hitting Superman with all the weaknesses, and he was like, "Listen, if Superman wants you dead, nothing on Earth can stop him. Even and that's Batman, the king of prep time kind of thing."
Yeah.
So I feel like to portray him already getting his butt handed to him in more cases, it's like, okay, are we gonna forget the fact that he was supposed to also oppose the statement of absolute power corrupts absolutely? Because if we're gonna show how human and good-hearted he is, we need to show him have power. But if everybody and their mom is gonna be giving him a black eye, it's like, okay, he's just some dude with some power.
Well, this was the problem. This was the problem in the old Justice League cartoon, at least in season 1 or whatever. Like, if you remember it in season 1, Superman was just like getting beaten up for no reason, and like even like it was getting so bad. Like the fans were writing up Bruce Timm and saying, like, dude, do you hate Superman? Did Superman do something bad to you? Like, and then like the next season, like they gave Superman a good episode with the Dark Side and said, like, okay, you know what? You right. Now, yeah, you right. Like we've been beating up on Superman way too much or whatever. Like, you know, so they course corrected.
It's like Superman's famous speech in the last episode of Justice League Unlimited is like, he says, I feel like I live in a world of cardboard that I have to literally control myself. And it's like, yeah, I mean, Superman has been beaten up multiple times, and there's been heroes that have hurt him. Either through magic or kryptonite or whatever. But like Doomsday was made by Kryptonians. That's the only reason why he killed Superman. Technically killed him, right? But when it comes to like seeing him like hurt and stuff, we've seen villains drain Superman of his powers. Hence Parasite. And that's the reason why I think Parasite is in this movie. And I think the Kaiju is going to be Parasite. Because in My Adventures of Superman, the cartoon, Parasite is a guy in a suit that literally transforms into a Kaiju the more energy he gathers from Superman. So could the guy that's in the helmet be like a pseudo Parasite that becomes the Kaiju? That's what I think that creature is the dude in the suit, and he becomes the Kaiju.
I think the dude in the suit may also be Ultraman because there's a U in his suit as well. But
well, like, there's two guys in the suit. Oh, it is Ultraman. It is Ultraman. It's confirmed. It's Ultraman.
Yeah.
Man, that's too soon. The Crime Syndicate jumping away later on. Remember, Crisis on Two Earths, that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
Where he's basically a mobster.
Yeah, I was about to say that is my definitive Ultraman.
Or what they could do is like they could just make him a prototype or whatever of like the. I mean, I get. The thing is, okay, I said this plenty of times, and I'll be a broken record. Like, I'd rather it be James Gunn doing these superhero stories than some dude that just wants to make money and just doesn't care about the material or whatever.
Exactly.
I just rather James go ahead and do it or whatever. Like, and I told Critical Drinker this last week. I said, like, Is James Gunn a little cocky? Yeah, but does he have the right to be? Sure, because like he's been like he puts out pretty good superhero material. It's either good or watchable. That's how I see James Gunn stuff or whatever. Like I haven't walked away from a project saying like, oh, this absolutely sucks. It's either watchable or good or whatever. Creature Commandos is watchable. I'm not saying it's great or anything. I think it's just watchable. But his Suicide Squad, I thought that was good. Peacemaker, I love his Peacemaker series for DC or whatever. The Guardian series, like I love his Guardians of the Galaxy series. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. So I'm really interested in this James Gunn Superman. I think a lot of people are just like, I'm gonna just keep it real. I think a lot of you Snyder bros are just butthurt that like Henry Cavill is not Superman anymore, and you guys just can't let it go. That's just how I feel about it. However,
I do agree that I'd rather it be James Gunn because, like, from the get, like already, he's bringing in the authority and stuff like that. He's the stuff that a fair share of us have asked of DC. He is pretty much kind of doing. So I'm like, okay, and like I said, I'd rather it be him. Well, like I said, Creature Command. I like bringing up Creature Commandos because you brought up a good point with that one. It's watchable because one reason why I didn't watch it was like one thing that just put me off. Like really is the fact that they turned the Sons of Themyscira into some right-wing conservative jab, and I'm just like, so you read the book and skipped over the fact that they were a message that basically saying, hey, the Themyscirans ain't crap. They just as bad as the people that about men's world and all that. Like pointing one figure, you got three fingers pointed back at you. Remember that from the New 52? How like the Themyscirians, they all war crimes they committed, and then they still have the audacity to say, "Oh, men's world." It's like men's world, your world, kind of thing. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like you could have added to the show, like how it's like, oh, these people weren't born bad, but they were turned bad. I feel like they would have added to like just how traumatic their lives were to the point where they will go to the point of like casually just killing just a group of traumatized sons who were abandoned by their mother. I feel like that would have been a way better story than some.
The Sons of Themyscira thing, like, it just became a right wing, like you just said. And also, like, they've made them incels or whatever, saying like, oh, they don't leave the basement, oh, they're red pill community, all that nonsense or whatever. I'm like, yeah, James, like, that's not cool, bro. Like, because most of the people that consume your stuff are like those type of people. This is what it is. Like, that's kind of stupid from a marketing point of view, however. But just going back to Superman, like, I think people are over hating Superman because they just don't have Henry Cavill anymore. However, that's what it is. That's just how I feel about it. What's up, Jeff up north? Ebola, do you have anything to say about Superman?
Oh, I forgot I was muted for a second. I was gonna say that I think people were. Oh, I do agree with the first scene where the people were mad that he's belittling. I do agree with Hayden on that. He said that he expected her to. It seems like a practice interview, but he expected her to be like the girlfriend and just be nice about it. Where she's being the reporter, and he didn't expect her to be basically being a ruthless reporter and how a reporter would question him, and it kind of freaked him out, and then that's where he became a little overly emotional because he didn't expect it. So she's basically preparing him for press. The hard questions.
Yeah,
and I think
because oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. You're on a roll. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I think people were overly critical because James Gunn doesn't shut up, and James Gunn inserting maybe a bit too much than he should. Outside that, I think the trailer's good. I think they just overly analyzed the first few minutes of the trailer.
Yeah. And I think once again, like because Perry White knows his employees or whatever. If like Lois would have took it easy on Superman, he's gonna ask her like, "Are you a metahuman or something?" Like, where's Lois at? Like, what's going on here? Why are you being so nice to Superman? Like, like
Well,
people got to remember that.
See, that's the thing that I was talking about last night. She was doing her job.
Yeah.
She was interviewing Superman. She wasn't interviewing her boyfriend Clark. And she did the right thing how she interviewed him. And I think people they're saying that she was too harsh on him. Are you fucking nuts? Are you nuts? Are you
That's
stupid?
Lois. That's who she is.
Exactly.
It's like you like out of
She's
all
doing
the
her
stuff
job.
that we have since the Fletcher series, the like Christopher Reeves, hell, even Henry Cavill's Superman and Lois, like Lois and Clark. Look, we all know the character Lois, and she's always going to be that aggressive reporter. That's just her. Like I was not even intimidated. Like I was just like looking at like Beardo and Jeremy yesterday, and I'm like, bruh, like I don't know if you guys are like 100% Superman fans like that, but she was in her work mode and everything. Like that's what she's supposed to do. Like
Yeah, in the comics, Lois has always been mean to Clark to begin with. Or
yeah, she called him Smallville.
yeah, I mean, it's not surprising for Lois to be overly like harsh on Clark.
Let's take it back for a minute. Remember Superman
Yeah.
Returns when Superman shows up after being gone for what, a decade, right? It was a decade. And
Yeah.
Lois he shows up, and the moment that Lois starts talking to him, she is cutthroat, interviewing, asking him why he left, where did he go, and that's Lois. If they would have come up and be like, well, Superman, I mean, like doing this whole like Superman, like, how you doing? What's your favorite color? I mean, that would have been stupid. It would have been not. It wouldn't be in the character of Lois to be giving him softball questions, and and trying to coddle him. I mean, for Christ's sakes, this is Lois Lane interviewing Superman. And this is like right after this battle that he was a part of and stuff like that. And I know that somebody was in the GCA last night claiming they were part of that movie. I call BS on it. I don't believe that this person.
No one would do that easily. Just like, I'm a part of it. And I'm pretty sure that big companies like this would have everyone's email, and if you said it, they'd probably find out. So if this person claims to be part of it, I would say probably the likelihood of them not.
Be quiet. Don't
prove it.
Don't NDA yourself. Yeah.
It's like this. It's like somebody telling us that they seen the true script to Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Or they have a signed copy of Brandon Lee's The Crow.
Yes.
Listen, I got Brandon Lee. Like I got Brandon Lee right here.
You have a Crow Brandon Lee though?
No, I don't have the Crow Brandon Lee, but I got the karate. I mean, I got Cobra Kai Brandon Lee, and he's actually a cool guy. Like he's awesome. Whatever. Like
I'm sorry. People can come in and troll. That's a troll.
Yeah.
I've seen
that's a gullible test at that.
Yeah, And I'm sorry, just don't fall for it because you don't know who's on the other side. This could be a troll in our group that's just come in to be being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I've been on this platform for nearly 20 years. I've seen it all. I've done it all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Seen and done.
Okay. So I think we can like go ahead and move on to the clown of the week or whatever before we get started with pop culture. And our clown of the week is Disney. Yes, Disney. Like and I already did a video up on this, but the reason why we're giving them clown of the week is one, they did like three, 4 things in one, like within the span of 2 weeks. One, you brought back Snow White to theaters, which that's wow. A wow right there. Number two, they're about to build a theme park in Abu Dhabi or
In
whatever.
Saudi
Yes, Abu
Arabia.
Dhabi. And like basically
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. And if you already know about that culture and how they feel about a certain group that starts with the L and ends with the T or whatever, like you know,
Or
they're
whatever.
that one right there.
Hey,
That's funny in itself.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
funny
then
for them to have the towers so high.
Yeah, and then number three, like you took away Revenge of the Sith. You know, you took away Revenge of the Sith in theaters
before the May the 4th.
Yeah.
They took it
before May the 4th
yes.
to get you
Because
over the $1 billion mark. To get
because
you
you're
towards the $1
afraid-
billion mark.
Because you're afraid to compete with
And-
the Thunderbolts.
And then the funny atrocity, the last one, which I think is hilarious, you spoiled your own movie within a week with the new Avengers. So yeah, this is it's a whole fuckery of this company, and you know what? I'm all for it. So you know, what do you guys think?
Let it burn.
Out of
Let it burn.
Honestly, I'm all here for Disney burning to the ground, and once it gets done burning, I'm gonna dance on the ashy grave. That's what I'm gonna do.
You know you know what's gonna be
Listen to
funny?
Kendrick Lamar.
You know what's gonna be funny? The one non-Star Wars or Marvel property that Disney has that's going to make $1 billion is going to be Lilo and Stitch. It will be a $1 billion film, and it's
It
gonna
will be a $1 billion film.
Star Wars or non-Marvel. It will be a $1 billion film.
Maybe because
I mean, fandom hasn't been wrong yet. Every movie he's projected to make money usually has been correct.
What are you about to say, Tim?
I was gonna say, like, I remember when it comes to Lilo and Stitch. I remember when the cast was announced, they were people that crowd was getting mad saying, "Oh, Lilo and Nani, they're not dark enough," and all that. And I'm just like, wait,
they're Hawaiian.
They look like in the cartoon. I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me that the character doesn't match their appearance?
Matters?
Material?
Now it matters? What?
I'm like, 5 seconds earlier, you were talking about Little Mermaid saying, "Oh, if you're getting this press over a fictional character," I'm like, y'all are getting this press over a fictional character. What are you talking about?
They're Hawaiian or Polynesian. They're usually supposed to be dark.
The thing is, we've seen the trailer. We've played it on there.
Yeah.
It looks good. It actually looks good.
It looks good.
It looks like someone actually has there's some soul in there.
Some care.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go see it. It does look nice. I will admit that. I just hope that crowd doesn't rise up against saying all it is, because I'm gonna go off on them and tell them.
No, the problem, Sloan. The problem is going to be people on the right side of the argument. They're going to be the ones that's going to come out and they're going to put this movie down. We've seen it. We've seen it before. We've seen it. You know, the right side. You know, like with the Superman stuff. Superman looks good.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be $1 billion film? Probably not.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
6 million, 600 million, 600 million, 700 million. That's my prediction.
It'll be close.
Yeah, it's the people that.
And another.
Go ahead, Debo.
There's another. I was making a point. And Ebola cut me off.
Oh.
There's another thing. How do you train your dragons coming out soon? That's going to be $1 billion film, also.
But wait, they put back Snow White into theaters because mothers and daughters want to go see this thing.
I beg to differ.
No, they don't. They don't. My sister has talked about Snow White, and she has been so unapologetic. She didn't have a filter on it, and I just laughed.
Does she hate her? She did like
absolutely. She does not like Rachel Zegler at all. Oh man, I just it's honestly hilarious. But yeah, mothers and daughters are not going to see it. Nobody is going to see it. Even the people who defend it probably ain't going to go see it.
The
You
people
know
who
what I mean?
defend it ended up not defending it.
I mean, you could have, you know what you could have done for this weekend. You could have just re-released the actual Snow White, like the cartoon version, and it probably would have made you some money. Like I'm gonna be 100 with
Yeah.
you. Like people would have want to go see it.
They won't. They won't because if they
I know.
if they re-release the original Snow White and it would make $1 billion, they would have to sit back. Why is this cartoon that was made back in the
90 years
30s,
ago.
90 years
almost
ago,
90 years.
made $1
Yeah.
billion, and our crap today didn't do it? Yeah, Rachel Zegler should have sat down and kept her damn mouth shut.
I
I
think
feel like
Should
I
have
that's the
done.
main factor.
I
That's the main
think-
factor in why the movie failed. Oh, my bad.
I think
Good.
even if she didn't say anything, it wouldn't make a lot of money. It would have been decent, nothing amazing, but it would.
I think it would have made
been a
some money.
failure. It wouldn't have been the failure it became if she just shut up.
I think it would have made like a Little Mermaid money. Like basically, it'll make like 500 million.
Yeah.
Like it would have made half of it
decent
back,
enough.
or whatever.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah,
enough,
decent
but
enough,
not
whatever.
Amazing.
Because I told everybody, listen, like with Haley Berry or whatever, like she's a nice person. So from what I'm getting from her or whatever, she seems like a nice person. She seems cool. She seems like she's all right, despite her baby mama drama stuff with her boyfriend. Other than that, like that's a whole other thing or whatever. She kept it professional throughout the whole entire Little Mermaid thing or whatever. Like she didn't try to like, make people feel smaller than mini me or whatever. Like, the thing was, it's just like she just wasn't Ariel. That's all it was. It's like, because when you put out a Little Mermaid movie, they expect the white Danish woman to be Ariel. No offense to Haley or whatever. She would have made an awesome Tiana though. Like, shout out, she could have made an awesome Tiana, whatever. But that's how I go ahead.
I was saying,
Go ahead, Solo.
What's better yet, what they could have did was just go to the Caribbean, find a story about mermaids, and have her be that. Because mermaids started in the Caribbean. That's where the 4 stories of mermaids started. So that would have been great to have a black mermaid. But they, Disney don't care about that stuff.
But since Ariel's the most popular, they had to race swap Ariel.
Yeah, there's a lot of Caribbean lore, and there's a lot of African lore of mermaids and everything. You could have like just have her be like Ariel. Like you could have went for a twofer. However, this is what I mean by the twofer is like you could have started like you could have made the black you could have like a black mermaid or whatever, make that a cartoon first or whatever, and have it promote the Little Mermaid, big screen. That's gonna be $1 billion. And then, like, you can even have her come into the live action and just be Ariel's best friend and everything. And then, like, that money, off of that money, you can make that actual Little Black Mermaid that's from the Caribbean into an actual live action. And then, damn, you got like $2 billion right there and everything. Like,
Chris, fantasy book in a movie, it'd be Mermaid in the Hood.
Oh, God. Anyway. Anyway, bro. Yeah, that's how you could have done it. That's how you could have like if you wanted to appeal to a lot of like black little girls or like, or just any demographic or whatever with a new black character, like Sloan said, like you could have like just got like you could have took an African lore story or a Caribbean lore story, make a cartoon first, just to test it out and everything. Let's test this thing out before you put a new IP out there like that. Make it a cartoon, see how it does on Disney Channel, and then you could go from there. I guarantee you, people would have bought it and everything. Yeah. Guarantee you, however. Like you had a chance to make a new black character. You're sitting on billions of dollars, and like you're just not gonna do it because you're up in your feelings, however. So yeah, Disney is not a smart company.
One has a point.
Back and pie. Oh boy. Yeah. So I guess we can like move on to the like our pop culture stuff or whatever. Um so um we already done our thoughts on like on the Thunderbolts. So Temp, how do you feel about the Thunderbolts? What did you think about the movie or whatever? Like, well, what's your thoughts on it, man? Like, that's one of the main reasons why. Because, like, I remember seeing your video on like if they're going to do the Void right, or like, are they going to get like any of the stuff right? So, how do you feel about this, man?
I will say this is the best movie since No Way Home. This is the best Marvel movie since No Way Home. I absolutely love the movie, and all the fears I had about it, luckily they didn't have it. Because like just that, like every little detail, I was like, okay, it's gonna just be Suicide Squad just for Marvel. No, they actually made it a mental health journey and all that, and it didn't because like another thing that we don't see much media is men's mental health. So I'm glad they had women going through problems and the men going through problems and not having it teeter totter. Oh, one's more important. That was a great balance, and the Void was perfect. I am so glad they even included the quote up as the power of a million exploding in suns, and even how the Void interacts with Bob. So absolutely perfect.
Okay. So for me, this is just my opinion on it. Like me personally, I didn't really care for the movie. However, like and there's once again, I like this is just my opinion. Like the mental health aspect, I like for me, I just don't want to see it in a superhero movie. But like objectively, people love this movie or whatever. Like the box office says otherwise, but people generally like this movie. And you know what? I'm happy that you like it and everything. I'm glad that you guys got like a fan basis that actually like this movie or whatever. Just for me, like I just thought like plot wise, I thought it was kind of boring. However, there's a lot of the characters that I just didn't care about, especially Red Guardian or whatever. Like I just think he was just hella annoying or whatever. As far as Johnny Walker, I think I didn't really he's cool and all, but like I didn't like the fact that he was the butt of the joke. And then like one of my main problems at the end of the movie is that we had the anime trope of we can hug it out, bro, at the end or whatever, just to beat the villain. I think that's the only thing that I actually have a problem with. But overall, like yeah, like the movie wasn't for me, but hey, if you guys love this movie, I'm glad that you do and everything. That's how I feel about it. However,
I do feel like the ending was perfect considering the character, because like I feel like because the thing is the Sentry, that's who his character is. He's a well made thought out PSA kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the way you defeat the Void, it's either you overpower him or you overpower him, or you basically reach him mentally and like basically talk it out with him. So like
the power of friendship.
Exactly. This is like the best case to do it, rather than something like what's his name, Captain America: Brave New World doing that with Red Hulk, because it's like the Red Hulk and Thunderbolt Ross isn't two different people. Only Bruce Banner has the ID. Not all Gamma mutants have it. Thunderbolt Ross was a Hulk, and he was himself the whole time. He's not some dumb brute, so that wouldn't have worked on him, which is why another reason why I don't like that movie. But this case was perfect because it was abused, DID, drug addict, etc.
I have no opinion because I had a chance to watch it. Was Monday, and I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it. Is like, I mean, call me crazy and everything. Like I know a lot of people kind of got mad. Like a lot of my friends Sloan got mad at me for saying this because they did like the movie. I said like I'd rather watch the first Suicide Squad before I watch this one because it just felt like it was more fun on this one. However, like I just cared about the other characters more.
That's too far. That's too far. The first Suicide Squad, which is not, you know what? I'm
No, come on, man. Like you can say it, dog. It's not that good. I know it's not that good, but like I just have more fun with it. That's all I'm saying. I have more fun with it. That's all. Oh man, Ebola, how you feel about the Thunderbolts? Like, what's your overall thing of
Didn't I
New
did not
Avengers?
watch. I didn't watch it, so I don't have an opinion on it.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the New Avengers thing?
I think
think
okay, my opinion is it's a desperate attempt to get more people in the theaters because like, no one really cared about the name Thunderbolts because it doesn't have Thunderbolt Ross. Let's try naming it New Avengers and hope people will just see the word Avengers and go to the theaters, and I guess it slightly worked, not enough to do anything though.
Yeah.
What I will say is the whole New Avengers rebrand, I feel like that wasn't a whole marketing play. I feel like that was a part of the plot in the sense of like,
I think that was planned. Just I don't think it was planned to be as done as fast as it was.
Because a lot of movie theaters, the moment they showed that clip of them rebranding the Thunderbolts as the New Avengers, changed the title of Thunderbolts to the New Avengers. It was all marketing. A lot of theaters did that, and it's like, God, you guys are just so desperate.
Yeah. 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 I mean, what we gonna do, or whatever, like once again, like we're talking about Disney here. It's the world's most dumbest company. I thought Warner Brothers and Sony was bad, but like I think Disney is about to like be caught up, man. Like I think like they lost the magic, or whatever. No pun intended, or whatever. But like they lost what made them great on storytelling, man.
Marvel lost it. They went off the deep end. When Stan Lee died is when they started making shitty movies. Was right after Stan Lee's death.
No, I agree. That's one of the
part. Look at the track record, because Stan Lee was the guy that was there that was saying, "Look, you have to do it. You have to have this character has to be this way. That this is their storyline." Stan Lee's dead and gone. Every single, except for Spider-Man No Way Home, every single Marvel movie other than Deadpool and Spider-Man have been shit.
And Guardians, like the third Guardians movie was pretty good, whatever, in my opinion, or whatever, at least. But yeah, I mean, like once again, like they lost the art of storytelling. Like Disney used to be that company where you just like, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? But now you don't saying that anymore. Like you're not saying that anymore. Like you're not saying that anymore.
For Disney, it now just depends the movie. Like there's gonna be a good movie here and there. Now you just have to wait for Disney to make a good movie. You just can't assume every Disney movie is gonna be good anymore.
It's like when me and Drinker were talking last week. Like once again, Thunderbolts. Like for most of the crowd, like objectively, most people like this movie, but the box office is saying otherwise. Like it's not making its money at the box office. So like the people know, like Disney is going to get the wrong idea. Like, okay, then people who didn't show up for this movie, so now we gotta switch it up. Like we need to make a different thing. And I don't know if you agree with me on this, Temp, but this will probably hurt the Fantastic Four movie a little bit too, or whatever, like because no one's showing up to the theater for this one. I'm not sure, however.
I know I ain't showing up for it.
Me either, but like but because of
The only
Pedro
way I'm
Pascal.
only way I'm gonna see if it falls off a truck and it gets shown in Discord. That's the only way I'm gonna see it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess like we got our thoughts on that. Let's get into one of the main events right here. Like, so my boy Tim, like the reason I made a special subject for my boy Tim, I like so he could explain his crash out on the death battle between uh Spawn and Ghost Rider. So we all have our. Well, I didn't really care who won or anything, but like Tim, I think you should explain why Death Battle got this thing wrong, and then like I guess like Phantom or like Ebola, if you guys have anything to ask or whatever, Tim, because like like when I was watching it on his live stream, and congratulations on that live stream, they made a lot. Then you got a lot of views that night or whatever. Like, can you explain the crash out a little bit, man? Like on that, how you felt because like as soon as you were watching the whole entire thing, you were like, no, this is not it. They're wrong. They're just wrong. Go ahead, bro. Like, go ahead,
Oh
dog.
man, where do I begin? Okay, so first off, the first thing that they ignored is the fact that Spawn only has unlimited necroplasm when he was the king of hell, but he was only the king for like 5 issues. There's been 2 other rulers since him as of current canon. All the most powerful feats we've seen him pull off is stuff that was in a specific situation with specific context, like him killing Malboja. He didn't do that on his own, and he was getting his butt whooped by Malboja, and then Angela jumped in the way, took the hit. Him taking advantage of the situation, cut off Malboja's head. So he didn't defeat the Malboja on his own power. And along with all that divine power too, he gave that up. That is an objective thing. They had that in the issue that he gave it up and returned to his human life. Along with that, Spawns are easy to kill. Captain America can kill Spawn. Just chuck his shield at his head and he's dead. That's how you kill a Hellspawn, cut off his head. That's how you kill any being from that universe. He's actually surprisingly easy to defeat. Ghost Rider, on the other hand, first off, he can manipulate any form of energy he sees fit because, again, he's an agent of divine wrath. He has enough power as he needs to purge the world of impurities. So he can manipulate any form of energy. He can tap into any form of magic, manipulate any force of nature. His power is limitless in every sense of the word. And not only that, you can't kill only Marvel's God can kill a Ghost Rider. That has been stated like countless times. You can kill him. Oh shoot, you killed the host. You didn't kill the actual spirit of vengeance. They'll go off and possess something else and get right back to whooping you behind. And even if they doesn't do it, once the host dies, they can come back just within a couple of seconds. That happened within the recent Hulk issue. There was a Ghost Rider who was the host of Zarthos during World War II, Hellhunters. That specific Ghost Rider. He eventually dies for some reason, either old age or being killed off. But he came back at will to fight the Hulk, and the Hulk was maiming him, and he just kept regrowing and was manhandling the Hulk, kind of thing. So Ghost Rider, again, more power, more strength, all of that. Because the thing is, because the thing when it comes to Johnny Blaze and any Ghost Rider is you have to work together. The spirit of vengeance and the human have to work together. It's like a symbiote. The better you work together, the better you fight. When Zarthos and Johnny were at their peak working together, they couldn't even be defeated by what's her name, Scarlet Witch, and she's a living, breathing hack. Chaos magic allows you to do anything except defeat a Ghost Rider, kind of thing. Oh, and divine weapons don't. It's a bruise. It can't kill him though, because again, only Marvel's God can kill a spirit of vengeance. Phantom.
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now. Captain America couldn't kill Spawn because his shield's not magical. Only a magical item can kill Spawn. The thing that you were talking about, like this thing with how Death Battle works. They go by the comic books and stuff, and they calculate everything and put it together. There's been death battles I've called bullshit multiple times. Me and Chris have talked about this. Me and Ebola and Chris have talked about this multiple times. The thing is, though, they actually got this right. They actually did get it right because the problem with Ghost Rider Tempest, you forget Ghost Rider has a time limit. He has a time limit. He does have a time limit.
When does he have a time limit? Johnny and Brooke, they don't have a time. When do they have a time limit?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He can only transform. He can only get to transform to Ghost Rider at night in the presence of evil.
During the World War Hulk arc, what's his name? Johnny transformed into Ghost Rider during the day and fought and was fighting a Hulk. The thing is, when Johnny's consciousness was knocked out, because Hulk is Hulk, Zarthos took over and was like, because the whole time he did say, "No, I ain't fighting him as long as he's evil." Because right then he said the Illuminati, they got what they coming to him. I'm only here to beat people who have what they coming to him, but it's not coming soon enough, kind of thing. But the thing is, with Spawn, he does have it coming to him. Because, spoilers for people who haven't read the books, Al Simmons was always going to end in the below place because he was a bad human being. He was an assassin,
of course,
and he put his hands on his wife.
But you also have to remember, at one point, Spawn became God. Spawn literally became God
for a hot second. That's a feat that they
you said that only a God can kill a Hellspawn. He could kill a Ghost Rider. Spawn was God. Well, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant because in that death pile there was no Marvel and there was no DC. That is mano y mano. And when Spawn used his God abilities, he killed Spawn. I mean, he killed Ghost Rider. Spawn is. I love both characters, hands down. I love my first comic book was Cartridge Slade's Ghost Rider. I love Ghost Rider. I love the movies. I love Spawn. I love the movies and the cartoons. The problem is Spawn is more powerful than Ghost Rider because he doesn't have that extra. He doesn't have the spirit of vengeance. His powers come from hell itself. Johnny Blade. Johnny, the power of Ghost Rider is divinity. It's from heaven, twisted and manipulated by Mephisto and given to Johnny.
No, but that's because the thing is, because I'm glad you mentioned that whole thing. Is like he got the power of what's his name of a god and stuff like that in the comic book. So here's the thing: there's an exact panel of Johnny talking to Zacadel, I think that's his name. When that specific character got the power of Marvel's God, you know what he said? It's like, yeah, you have the power, but you're not him. You can change it, you can throw it, you can do whatever you want with him, but you're never him. You need to be him specifically in order to kill me, but you're not. So that's why you can't kill me. So you can have the power, but if you ain't him, you can't defeat him. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, though, Spawn did get the God energy. He became God. He literally became God.
Yeah,
he became God.
All right, this is okay. I see. This is getting nowhere.
I mean, literally, he literally became God himself. He had the divine energy. And he literally was God. There was no other. It was Spawn himself. There was no other divinities. There was nothing else. It was Spawn. Even the angels were like, yes, he is God. He is God. Even for that hot second. And even the thing is, though, did he truly lose that power? No.
Yes.
He never lost it.
Spawn is currently right now laid up on a cement wall because he got hurt by a pipe. That man is in critical condition because he got hit in the chest with a pipe.
You are coping.
I'm so-
Coping is eating.
Oh no. Wait. So hold on. Let me ask you this question. Like, so he like the current issue right now. Like, he got beaten up by a pipe.
He's the current issue. He is more human than he has ever been. It was recently revealed that Hellspawns actually share DNA with vampires. So any weakness they have, it won't be the same thing as a vampire's weakness, but it will still hurt him. He was staked in the chest. He defeated Dracula and walked away, but after he got away from him, he slid down the wall, holding his chest. And all that. So that's why I'm saying it's like a lot of people can defeat Spawn. If you're faster than him, if you're faster than him, that's all you need. Be faster than him, stake him in the chest, he's on the ground. Lop off his head, he's dead. Officially dead. And his necroplasm is limited too. Limited meter again, because he's not the king of the underworld, so he doesn't have unlimited powers. And the more he uses it, it don't recharge. Legion Spawn, maybe. So that's when I will say this. What they should have done is specifically stated, we're going to use this specific form of Spawn, because the way they talked about it, it's like he still collected all this like he's Storm. Storm has her magic, her mutation, her divinity, and now she's an avatar of an abstract being. Spawn has it, and because that's Todd McFarlane specifically said to himself, he wants a character that has the power to split the sea, but it comes at a cost. You see what I mean? Oh no, he died and he was replaced with Jim Downing, actually. So he did die. Then there's Gunslinger, and then there's Medieval, and then in the future he possesses a guy in the comic Rat City.
Okay. Cool. Let me like switch it up a little bit. Like, let's go away from the Spawn and versus Ghost Rider debate for a minute. And like, I know earlier you were saying that there's supposed to be some type of movie. Can you talk about that or whatever?
Oh yeah. So I think it was like the last year or like the year before, Todd McFarlane confirmed that he officially made a deal with Blumhouse and they're moving forward with the Spawn movie. They even give it a title, and I think the script is either being written or it's done. The name of the movie is King Spawn, and Al Simmons, I believe, is going to be played by Jamie Foxx. So I might see it because again, that's one of the best-selling indie characters of all time, and he's finally getting the justice he deserves. But so I'm glad that's happening. What's his name? One content creator called Starscream. He what's his name? He's the one who told me about it, which is ironic considering he's not part of the Blur community. He's just some guy on the internet who loves Spawn more than the group Spawn represents.
Yeah. See, like that's my thing. Like, I know we were talking earlier, like, a lot of people said that they can't relate. Like, well, I'm calling out the Blur community because I got problems with that community myself, or whatever, because like they basically make everything about race inside nerd culture, and it's like, if you're a nerd or like or geek or whatever, you ain't got to worry about any of that shit. It's like we don't give a fuck. Like, we don't care or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Spawn is relatable with a lot of people or whatever. Like hell, Phantom likes Spawn. I don't know if Ebola likes Spawn or whatever. Like, we all like Spawn because it's not because he's.
I like Spawn.
It's not because he's black. It's because he's a good character. He's well written and everything. And I think that we need to get back to that. However, we need to get back to just well written characters. However, so I don't know how you guys feel about that part. However, if you guys want to speak for yourself,
it's like I said before in Green Room. They had an opportunity to have Kevin Conroy and Keith David voice Spawn and Batman in an animated movie, and they wasted that. They did the comic book. That would have made so much money. It would have made so much money.
Yeah, that'd be
And
arguably
we'll
like you
never
could have
get
put that one. You could have put that cartoon in like in theaters. I think it would have sold. I think it would have sold or whatever.
Definitely.
Like, that could have went to theaters. Yeah. be first animated release in a long time from like both properties. I think it would have been good or whatever. Well, I guess like we could talk about our last part of our segment is like a little bit of Batman news. So like for the first part of Batman news, I think Ebola I sent you something in like the Discord or whatever about people were saying that Matt Reeves was going to get fired for the Batman Part 2 or whatever, and then James Gunn had to like deny that or whatever and say like no, that's not true or whatever. It's just going through some stuff right now. Tim, how do you feel about the Batman series or whatever? Like, how do you feel about the Batman with Robert Pattinson? Tim?
But also my bad. I didn't hear it. The Batman movies.
Oh.
I will say, I at first when I did see the trailers for the movie, I thought it was gonna be dumb because it was the guy Edward, the guy who was on Twilight. So I had low expectations for it. But then when I actually watched it on HBO Max and stuff, I'm like, this was actually a really good movie. So I love the movie. The cinematography was great. Robert Pattinson's depiction of Batman was amazing. One of my favorites. And I really hope that Matt Reeves isn't fired for the next Batman, because they need this Batman, because this Batman is like accurate, because he's the guy. You could tell he's the guy who's Batman is who he is, and Bruce Wayne is the mask kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
My biggest issue with the Batman was the Logan Paul Joker. I mean, Logan Paul Riddler.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a gimp. Literally, you could put him in a fetish film, and he would fit right in. I think his suit was stupid. It looked retarded. His character was dumb. They could have put anybody else in there, but yet here they go again, putting the Riddler into a movie that he shouldn't have been there in the first place. It was just retarded, but the movie was great. Hey, Will Ferrell as Penguin show was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Colin Farrell should have been. Colin Farrell should have been the main villain in that movie, and I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, I love Colin Farrell's Penguin portrayal. I thought it was solid, man. Like like the Batman. Like, even though I have my small problems with it, like I got friends that love the Batman. Like they think this is the best comic book movie of all time. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. It has its problems, but it's solid. Yeah, I think it's a solid film.
And unlike a lot of people, I didn't care that they race swapped Jim Gordon. I didn't. The guy that played Jim Gordon was good. I liked him. He's a phenomenal actor. He was in Westworld, and he's a good actor. And I liked this Jim Gordon.
I personally didn't like the race swap, but like his acting like did really good. However, like I thought it was like, once again, like the cast that they have was solid. The story that they had was solid, however, but is it the best comic book movie? Right? Is it the best comic book movie of all time? I don't think so. Like, I won't go that far. However,
that belongs to Planet Hulk.
Dude, think about this. Think about this. Andy Serkis was Alfred in this movie, and he was good as
that was good casting.
He was good as Alfred.
Yeah. I don't think there will ever be like the best comic book film of all time, because like there's always going to be something wrong with it.
Yeah, it's hard to make
Chris, we can agree it's better than The Dark Knight Rises.
Well,
we can agree with that. We can agree with that.
Yeah, the
So,
Dark Knight Rises.
I agree with Beardo.
Sass.
I agree with Beardo on that. Fuck you, Jeremy.
As much as it pains me, I have to agree with Beardo.
It's like, I know there's for some reason, for some odd reason, like people still believe that the Dark Knight Rises is like legitly good, and I'm like, it's
I'm
fucking
sorry
horrible.
to say, M can't be a
It's
fan
a
of me,
poor.
but Bane was a creep.
He's a pedo.
So,
He's a
yeah.
pedo.
Yeah, like this movie, like the Dark Knight Rises, like is the worst adaptation of Nightfall. Like, and I love Nightfall. That's just the thing. Like, I'm coming from the comic book perspective. Like, it's not a good interpretation of Nightfall. I hate it. Like,
that depiction of Bane has done irreparable damage to Bane's image. Now he can't turn 5 feet without hearing, "Oh, it'll be extremely painful." No,
but the Bane posting was funny though.
Well,
Yeah.
Batman, I am gonna break your back. I'm gonna break your back. And I did it for Talia Al Ghul.
Shut up.
yeah, I was like, yeah, like yes. How's it go? Gotham City. Yes, we will stop everything. I'm like, no, like no. He's this is another reverse race swap. So you race swap the legit the Latino that actually makes sense towards this a luchador, like a luchador assassin, like yes.
That's the reason why, dude. That's the reason why Batman Robin has the best Bane, because it's comic book accurate to the comic books, because he was a prisoner luchador assassin.
He just didn't talk. That's just the thing. That's the only problem with that movie. Is like he didn't talk. Like half of Bane's stuff.
To be fair, at the time that movie came out is when he had the accident and he had too much venom go through his system, and it made him. It literally like converted him.
Well,
so he was.
I'm just saying. I'm just speaking on fan. Listen, like this is why I'm saying, like, for James Gunn, and I think James could get this one right. James, if you listen to me, like, you understand comic books. I need the shit talking Bane, because that's why we love Bane, is because not only is he beating your ass, he's talking shit while he's doing it in his luchador wrestling type of voice, and it's freaking amazing with how he does it. I must break the bat, like, things like that. I think you could get this one right. I think you could get this is a layup. It's an easy dunk. Okay, you can do it. I believe it. I believe that you can get this luchador Bane correctly, because that's all we want. Us Bane fans have been waiting for a real representation of Bane that's done correctly. Everything. Like, you're 0 for 2. Yeah, they're supposed to be getting a movie together or something like that. Like, I think it's like a cartoon movie or something. Like, yeah.
What they need DC is bad about this. They need to retcon Deathstroke messing with that girl Tara. Out of all the retcons, out of all the things they leave out, they never leave out Deathstroke being a creep. I'm like, of all the things you leave out, leave this one out. This needs to be dead.
Yeah. They need to get rid of that. They need to get rid of that part. Like, that's one thing of Deathstroke character that's egregious, and like it needs to be stopped. Like, stop making Deathstroke like a pedophile.
Kind of thing. You can have her
EDP,
but don't take it there.
Yeah,
that's the whole purpose.
Don't take it there or whatever. Yeah. And I guess, like, for the final subject, since we got like a couple minutes left, is the Schumacher cut. Like, me and Phantom have been talking about this. Like, listen, the only thing that I asked is, if you are gonna put this movie out, just put it on HBO Max, because all of us Batman Forever fans have been waiting for this for years. If you don't want to put it on physical media, fine. but like put it on HBO Max so we have access to watch this movie because we've been waiting for this for years, and it's sad that you have to wait until Val Kilmer and Joe Schumacher have to die before they even get to watch it. And I think that's I think that's egregious, or whatever. So I don't know how you boys feel about that.
About damn time. That's all I gotta say. About damn time.
But I'll definitely see it when it comes out.
Yeah. Ebola?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Schumacher cut? What do you how you feel?
I don't know because it's like how much. Okay. My question is, how much is being added to the movie?
They added like another 30 something minutes. Like the movie's roughly about 2 hours or something like that. And it's supposed to be like a darker version of the movie. Like it's like how Joe Schumacher wanted it to be. But they said it was a little. One of the brothers is saying that it was a little too violent or whatever. And I'm like, wait, what? You telling me what?
Come
on, dog. Violent? Let me see this.
Give us more violent Batman. Because honestly, we have. I'm not sure this is a weird. If this is true or not, but there's been less violent-y Batmans.
Well, I mean when Batman was in his first few comic books were maybe the first 10 years, he shot and killed people.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wasn't the one with the very long ears?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman issue number 1, 1939.
Just give the full cut so people can see what it should have been.
Because I'm tired of people shitting on Batman forever because it's not
good. That is the reason why I love Batman v Superman. The scene. I mean, I like Affleck's Batman. It's more in tune to the original comic books. It was more of the Dark Knight Returns. Him using guns, him literally trying to kill Superman. And I love that version of Batman. I would love to see, Affleck's Batman movie. It probably would have been fucking good because it would have been set in Arkham Asylum.
It was going to be set in Arkham Asylum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were going to get a live action Arkham Asylum.
That's
you literally can look at the scripts. It's public domain, Tempest. You can look it up and from what I read a little bit of it, arguably could have been the best Batman movie of all time if they would have been patient with it or whatever. It's even Matt Reeves even said it. He even rated it. He said damn, this is good. This could have been the best Batman movie of all time. That's what everybody kept on saying. Throughout because Ben Affleck wrote the whole entire script, whatever. It's so yeah.
Wow.
Ben Affleck is a huge Batman fan.
Yeah, they were going to adapt the first Arkham game into a movie. Literally.
That'd have been good.
That's the reason. It's like this. In the Batman v Superman, in the warehouse scene, Affleck's I have played Arkham Asylum. I want this fight scene to be just like in the game. That's the reason why it looks like it's from an Arkham game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had the stunt coordinators come in from the Arkham games and run that whole sequence. That's why it was so smooth and it was perfect. And when I heard that this would have been an Arkham Asylum movie, I was like, thank you. But then we didn't get it. And it sucks.
They also had a planned Deathstroke versus Batman movie years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it is. Like, Batman versus Deathstroke took place like somewhat in the Arkham Asylum or whatever. Like, he has to go through it or whatever. Yeah, the movie would have been pretty dope or whatever. So, yeah. So,
I still remember
yeah,
that trailer
release
to
the
this day
Schumacher
when-
cut to everybody.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I remember to this day that trailer of Batman fighting Slade. Remember when Slade was knocked back and he took his sword up
Yeah.
and Deadshot shot it, and just in the reflection, he saw where it came from and looked directly at him and was like, "Stay out of this." I'm like, Slade.
Yeah, just imagine you would have had that fight, and you have like Will Smith's Deathshot, like taking on Menedewena, Slade, and you got Ben Affleck fight. Yeah, that would have been pretty dope. So
Unfortunately,
that's why I just say release the. That's why we need to release the Schumacher cut. But that is like, guys, this is the this is done with the show. Yeah. Since so anybody have anything to plug?
Okay, so Saturday night, anime with the homies. We might have a special guest. Can't say who it is right now because we got to get him confirmed. Next week we're going to have the one, the only Corn Boy on for the homies podcast, and Jake should be back next week. And that's pretty much all I have. I have no recommendations this week because I totally spaced out and didn't look for anything to plug.
Yeah. Ebola? Anything?
I guess actually I'm gonna recommend something. I guess abnormal for us. I guess would be Andor. Actually, I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot, and outside like a few things that were a bit cringy and a little weird. Overall, it's actually pretty decent. Shocking, like the one Dave Filoni show is actually the only good thing they've made. That should tell you something. To just leave Dave Filoni out of things, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think we got to talk about that next week, like about Dave Filoni not liking Andor or whatever. He's been a prima donna about it.
I mean, it's honestly, it starts out slow, but it actually gets pretty good once it outside the few. It's less boring than season 1, that's for sure. Outside of my usual stuff.
Yeah. Hey Tim, do you got anything coming up?
Oh, I don't have anything coming up. But we mean like as in like recommendations or like event wise?
Yeah, any recommendations or like, do you have anything to promote or anything like?
Oh yeah, I do have. There's a company called Saturday AM. They make really good manga, especially like they're one of the few companies who do balance representation with actually good storytelling. I've gotten several books from them. It's not on the nose and it's really good. One series I highly recommend, which I did a video on my YouTube channel, is called Oblivion Road. If you like stuff like Batman and dark fantasy, specifically dark sci-fi, you should read Oblivion Road. Awesome art, awesome premise. It's about a post-apocalyptic country ravaged by a plague. Yeah, and it's got child soldiers. It's like a dark version of Naruto kind of thing in a way.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I might be into that. Well, the thing that I got coming up, this is before we leave. I won't be there Saturday. Got some family obligations that I need to take care of. Of course, we got Corn Boy next week. And once again, guys, episode 50. I'm always going to push episode 50. I want to tell you so badly who we got, but I can't do that. So, that's what we got going on. Phantom, go ahead and take us out, brother.
And so before we leave, little words of wisdom from our good friend Vagabond.
Enjoy swimming.
We talking about the life we know. Laughs and vibes and good times flow. Homies gather, let the stories grow. Screaming loud, let the wisdom show. Late nights, we ain't Sloan